Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Sir, மியூட்ல இருக்கு.
Hello, Jinpal sir, madam.
Good morning, sir.
Madam, good morning, madam. Principal sir இப்போ வரேன்ட்டாங்க.
ஓகேங்க சார்.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Principal sir வராங்களா? Principal sir welcome address பண்ணிரான்ட்டாங்க.
Okay,
சரிங்க
okay.
சார். ஓகேங்க சார்.
Okay, நீங்க வந்து
Actually, it is in live now, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
இப்போ ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கா?
Actually, I started.
ஐயோ
No
கொஞ்சம்
problem,
ஸ்டாப்.
sir. It's okay.
Principal sir வராங்க. Principal sir deliver the welcome address. Okay. நான் வந்து introduction of the chief guest. Okay.
Guest is there, sir. Guest arrival.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
நான் principal வரேன்.
சார் கொஞ்சம் டிலே ஆகுதுங்க சார் வால்யூம்ல. ஐ மீன் வாய்ஸ்ல. ரெஜின் சார்.
Yes, ma'am.
கொஞ்சம் நம்ம பேசும்போது ஒரு கொஞ்ச நேரம் கழிச்சு தான்.
Ma'am, it takes time, ma'am. 60 seconds to 80 seconds, ma'am.
ஓகே.
Okay. Delayed streaming will be there.
ஓகே சார்.
Pankaj sir, you are on mute. Actually, you are not able.
Good morning, Senthil sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, good morning, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Sir,
much.
myself, Shankar Ganesh, HOD CSC, RMK CET, sir.
Yeah, nice meeting you, sir.
Nice.
So is my audio fine or should I use some other headphones or something?
It's
Clear,
good,
sir.
sir.
Clear, sir.
It is clear, right? So thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Senthil, sir, please wait 1 or 2 minutes, sir. Principal will join the session.
Sure, sir. No problem.
So whether you are going to share the screen in
Yes, I have a presentation to share. Yes.
Okay. Regin Paul, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Senthilmurugan sir வந்து ஷேர் பண்ண முடியுமா?
Yeah, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute, sir. I have to change the. Yeah, is it okay, sir? Senthilmurugan, sir. Is it okay now, sir?
Just a second, I'll try.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm able to share, I guess.
Yeah, good, sir.
Regin Paul, sir.
Good morning, sir. This is Ponnaviji, sir.
Good morning, one and all. This is Principal on the line.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir. Shankar Ganesh, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Regin Paul, sir, shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. Everything is ready, sir. We can start.
Start.
Okay, sir. Shall I start now, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. As we are living in a constantly evolving world, being agile and adapting to the new technologies, as well as managing our time efficiently, is a challenge. Realizing the importance of the same, today we have an interesting topic in our weekly generic talk series. On behalf of the management, principal, deans, HODs, and the faculty members of RMK CET, I warmly welcome our distinguished speaker for today, Mr. Senthilmurugan Krishnan from Global Logic, Chennai, for the generic talk series. Now, I request our respected principal, sir, Dr. Suresh Kumar, to deliver the welcome address. Please, sir.
Good morning, one and all. Those who have joined in this generic talk series number 7, organized by RMK College of Engineering and Technology, a part of RMK group of institutions. On behalf of chairman, vice chairman, advisor, principal, deans, HODs, faculty members, students, and parents, I invite one and all. Here, the talk series is going to be held on the topic mastering time management through Agile principles. And the guest speaker is Mr. Senthilmurugan Krishnan, consultant engineer, Global Logic, Chennai. Yeah, on seeing his brief resume, I am thrilled by the way in which he has become technically sound, a vibrant a concern for the society that you will be knowing through the lecture. On behalf of all of us, I welcome the guest speaker, Mr. Senthilmurugan Krishnan, and I should thank the organizers of this program. Cyber security, and Dr. Shankar Ganesh, HOD, Computer Science and Engineering, for organizing this meeting in a very short notice. And I request all the participants to be enthusiastic till the end of the program. You post questions and get your doubts clarified, and let it be a beginning of the new way of mastering our time management. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our beloved Professor and Head Department of Computer Science and Engineering, RMK CET, Dr. Shankar Ganesh, sir, to introduce our esteemed speaker. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Esteemed guest of today's program, Mr. Senthilmurugan Krishnan, Consultant Engineer, Global Logic, Chennai. Most respected Chairman, sir, Dynamic Vice Chairman, sir, beloved advisors, respected principals and deans, heads of various departments, academic coordinators, parents, and students of RMK family. A very good morning to all. It's my great privilege to propose the introduction of the chief guest. Our chief guest, that is Senthilmurugan Krishnan, has completed his B.Tech Information Technology in the year 2015 at Anna University, Chennai. He was a software engineer at Scientific Games from July 2015 to September 2021. Then he was a technical analyst at Recode Solutions from October 2021 to August 2023. Currently, he serves as a consultant at Global Logic since September 2023. He received academic award of Best Outgoing Student Award from his academic institution and the business awards such as Wall of Fame, Spotlight, and Spot Bonus Award for his creative ideas and high quality deliverables. He is a dedicated member of several non-profit organizations that support the educational needs of tribal children. Additionally, he actively participates in corporate events aimed at promoting social welfare. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite our speaker, Mr. Senthilmurugan Krishnan, Consultant Engineer, Global Logic, Chennai, to take over the session. Please, sir.
Thank you so much. So thanks for the warm welcome, Shankar sir, Suresh sir, and Purnaviji ma'am. So thanks for giving me this opportunity. So let me start the presentation by sharing my screen.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So in today's world, the main challenge which many of us face is maintaining a work-life balance and mastering the time, managing the time, managing our time for each day-to-day activities as well as the work-wise as also. So I took this topic like mastering time management through Agile principles. This time management can be easily achieved through Agile principles. So how we are monitoring in a corporate software development project is like using this Agile principles only. We manage things properly, and there are so many success stories on following this Agile principles for this in the software development industry. So few principles will match for us in the day-to-day activities as well. So we can follow those, and then we can get benefits out of it. For time management also, we have certain techniques which are followed in Agile principles, which on sharing will be helpful with some real-time examples which we use in corporate, so that students and teachers, anyone can get benefits out of it. So that is the reason I took this topic. So the agenda of this session is like, first I'll touch upon the introduction to time management, so its definition and its importance. Following that, what is Agile and its pillars of Agile, core principles of Agile, and how Agile can be applied to this time management is what I'm going to talk on a detailed manner. So there are few techniques for Agile techniques for time management, which are listed out as follows. But yeah, we can go into the deep knowledge once we go into other slides. And some benefits of agile time management and case studies. I have taken a case study also for examples for showing here. Also, I have gathered some tips for getting started with this agile techniques implementation over time management, followed by conclusion. So, what is time management? Time management is a process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities to maximize the efficiency and productivity. So, when a particular piece of time is allotted for a task, and the task should be completed within that particular time. So, while managing a time, like while planning the time, we should be keeping in mind like all the possibilities which may cause the task to extend a bit. So we need to keep in mind all those activities and then plan the time accordingly before we start a process. Likewise, it works. So some key principles of time management is like setting clear goals and priorities. So first we need to the first foremost point is like we need to set a goal. So to achieve the goal, what is the time we are going to take. So that is the thing. So we need to set our goal first, following that prioritizing tasks effectively. So a particular goal will have so many subtasks within it. So in order to complete it, we need to finish the subtask one by one. So setting a very bigger time frame for a very bigger task rather than will be little not feasible. That's why we can split up tasks into subtasks and then prioritize them accordingly. And planning and scheduling also plays a major role when it comes to time management. Also, using time wisely and avoiding time wasting activities, that is more important because we while managing time we mostly spend on time which on time wasting activities which actually eats up our time, so that we don't get enough time for the purpose and for which task we need to focus on. Following that, reviewing and adjusting plans regularly. So this reviewing also plays a very major role. Like what reviewing ourselves gives us a very helps us in self improvement as well. So we need to review our work as well. So what we have done in the past, like what make us take so long to complete a simple task. So such ways what went well, what didn't go well. So the past analysis is very, very important when it comes to time management. That actually helps us. On following agile principles, we can easily get into these key principles of time management as well. So the importance of effective time management. These are the some benefits which we get out of time management. So the increased productivity and efficiency, reduce stresses and anxiety. So on meeting deadlines, so such stress and all we can avoid if we manage our time accordingly right from the beginning. So and plan it accordingly. So improve decision making and problem solving abilities. Only when we get sufficient time and we plan sufficient time, we can improve these skills like problem solving. All takes time. So we need to plan our time accordingly to improve our self skills. Obviously, time management is one of the plays one of the key role in that. So and to get a better work-life balance. So this is very challenging on these days. So to achieve that, we need good time management skill as well as to achieve the goal and objectives. So this is a one simple quick exercise for effective time management. This is called a Eisenhower's matrix. So here the x-axis, when you see, it denotes the urgency of the task. So the y-axis denotes the importance of the task. So there are 4 boxes. So whatever task we are doing in our day-to-day activities also, we can bring them into these 4 boxes. So that is more essential. And this is how we can easily prioritize the task as well. So do first. So highly important and high urgency task, we can place it into this box, which is do first. So that is what we are going to focus on immediately. So high importance and low urgency is what we can do a little later. But we need to schedule some time for this kind of activities, which we are planning to do later, because we need to schedule it because that should not be missed because it is of high importance and low urgency. If you have some paper and pen, you can easily write it down in your notepad or in your board in office or anywhere in your workplace or in your even in your study room, a box like this. So what is of high importance and high urgency, you write them on the first box. High importance and low urgency, you write them on the second box and schedule some time when you are planning to do this. So it can be a little later, not immediately, but that must be done because it is a high importance task. The other one is low importance and high urgency. So when we have so much thing to do in this first box, the third box tasks can be actually deferred to someone if it is of high urgency but low importance. So someone else can take care of that task even in our absence. So if we are occupied much in this, only in that case we can defer to someone, ask for someone's help to do these tasks. So and one more box is that which is low importance and low urgency, which we don't have to do actually, but in case this has to be done, this is a prioritized one, like this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. When I get some time other than doing all these tasks, I can invest, yes, I can use that time for the task in this box. So this is one matrix which many successors have followed and then have get the fruitful of it. So yeah, please mark this and get the benefits out of it. So these are the 4 Ds of time management actually. So which is do, defer. Defer is delaying the task. Like as I told, we can schedule it later. So do later is for defer is, and then delegate. We can assign to someone else who can do this task, and delete or drop the task, which is the last one. So these here are few examples like answering to an email, returning to phone call. This all must be done immediately. So someone will be waiting for it like that. So defer is something which a new request or new project idea which is requested. So in real time, if I can take, for example, to explain this, like my today's schedule, I can take. So in today's schedule, I have task in all these 4 boxes. Like attending this call is my do first one, which is of high importance because so many people are watching it live and this big audience is waiting for me. So for me, that is of high importance and high urgency. But there is a task like low urgency and highly important one, which is like in weekend, I have some plan to visit my friend who is in hospital. So I need to plan for him. I need to spend some time with him so that he gets better soon. So that is of low urgency. I have to do it, but that is of high importance, but it's of low urgency. So I can do it later in the evening time or maybe tomorrow morning. So sometime I can schedule for it. So and that I should keep up with it because it is of high importance task. He should be badly in need of me to get better. So that kind of things. And low importance is like, but it's of high urgency. It's like my cook is about to come by 11 o'clock and I need to get vegetables before that. So in this case, when I have these prioritized tasks, I can give a call to the cook and get vegetables for them. It is of high urgency because all of us have to eat our lunch, right? So before that, the cook should prepare the food. So I can assign this task to someone. I can make a call to the cook and while you are coming, please get the vegetables and come. So since I am occupied with these tasks, I can defer this. And like watching some movie on the Netflix or something else I will not tell don't do it. But when I get some time apart from all this prioritized tasks, we can give some time for these tasks also. So this is of low importance and low urgency task. So that is like giving me some relaxation. That is not like don't do, but in the technical in the software development cycle, like we drop those activities like unproductive meetings, unnecessary emails, likewise. So that is how this 4 Ds of time management works. So this is general on time management. Let me step on to Agile so that we'll first understand the principles of Agile, and then we'll see how it helps us in time management. So Agile is an approach to project management and software development that emphasizes flexibility, collaboration, interactive progress, and customer feedbacks. So these are four pillars actually, where we'll get to know on each. So the origin, how Agile got originated is like the response to traditional and rigid project management methodologies. We would have learned a few like waterfall model, something like that, but which are traditional project management methodologies. These often lead to delay and scope creep and dissatisfaction among the stakeholders. So that is the reason this Agile has emerged into this world. So the biggest challenge of traditional project management is adapting to changes during the project. So in the middle of the project, if there is actually this Agile, it promotes flexibility. So if there is some changes in the project, like Agile supports it, whereas the traditional project management methodologies don't support that. So that is why Agile emerged into this industry. This is the four pillars of Agile, like individuals and interactions. Agile mainly have the right group of individuals on the software team is believes that it is vital to success, because previously in older models we believe on the process which we follow and the tools. If we have a latest tool, we can be completing the project as soon as possible. Likewise, people believe, but not having the right set of people in hands is always will lead to a failure. So even if I have a carpenter with me, I have some latest plumbing tools. Can I ask the carpenter to do plumbing at my home? I can't do it. So the front end developer only can do the front end part. The back end developer can do only the back end part. So likewise, the tester can only test the product solution. Likewise, the different roles people, the correct people we need to select to the team for, and that only helps. And there should be interactions between those people. Always there should be interaction between the stakeholders within the team. That is how Agile things that will lead to success instead of concentrating on processes and tools. So here we use working softwares. We deliver working softwares now and then instead of comprehensive documentation. In the traditional model, like even before starting writing the code, the developers would prepare pages of documents just to explain how the product is going to be and what all features it should have. So such things. But instead of writing out or typing out everything and sending it to the customer, Agile spends time on a simple working software itself. Following frequent demos will be given to the customers, get their feedbacks, and the product will be built up on that. So working softwares we deliver instead of comprehensive documentations. And customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Yeah, the same way in traditional way we used to have a contract. So whatever is in the contract, that will be alone implemented. And in waterfall model, as per the product plan, things will go ahead. And if some other additional request is requested by the customer, in that case a new contract will be generated. Again, few members will be allotted and billing cycle, everything will go ahead. So the customer satisfaction is nowhere in that, because he on using the product he might require some additional features which needs one more contract. So likewise, that is one flaw there. But the customer's collaboration is happening now and then. We show frequent demos of what is being developed to the customer directly, and he might suggest I would like to have a button here for this, for that. So he can give suggestions and we will adapt those changes into our plan. That is how the customer collaboration plays a vital role in Agile, responding to changes over following the plan. So same guys, like we have a pre-planned one, and running on the same track will happen in the traditional way, but we respond to changes whichever is suggested by the customer, is what Agile happens. So these are the 12 principles of Agile actually. So in simple words, I have in this diagram, like satisfying the customer. As I told, we get repeated feedbacks from the customers, so that gives So at the end, as we develop as a full product, when we hand it over to the customer feels satisfied. So whatever is required for the customer is there in our product. So he feels satisfied. That is one major principle. First and foremost one is that, and then welcome changing requirements. As I told, in between there can be change in plans, and we have scheduled a time that can incorporate all those, in which I can incorporate all those changing requirements as well. So the third one is deliver working software frequently, which I told, like frequent demos. We have a 2 week sprint which we follow. So every 2 weeks we give a demo to the customer on what way the product has got improved. So likewise, frequent working software deliveries. Then we also, once the product gets stable, we also give a delivery to the customer so that he can use it himself and give some suggestions. So business people and developers must work together. Previously, like developers will be just developing, but in the agile methodology, we have meetings with the entire stakeholders. So even the end user developer, like students, you will get ready next into not as a product owner, into the corporate, not as a product owner or project manager, something like that. You will be getting into as a developer or a tester in the baseline. So following agile, if you are going to a company which is following agile, there actually you will get on opportunities to directly talk with the business people who gives us the project, and to gather information from them, get requirements, everything we get in this agile principle. So that is why this software industry is bringing in agile at every companies almost. So build project and give them support they need and trust them. The people within the team, actually the project managers or the product owners, they actually trust the people within the team. They give whatever they want, and like the resources, whatever, like if they need some additional virtual machine or something, like resources, whatever is required will be provided, and the developer can do in different options will be there. Like in order to log a single line, we have so many options we can implement uh, through so many options, but it gives the developer a freedom to choose whatever he wants. So that is what is trust. So of course the developer will choose the best option which is good for the customer as well as for him. If not, he so the product comes out well. That is what is, the trust is given. And face to face conversation is one major thing actually. In agile we support face to face conversation. Even office environment has got changed after following agile. Like previously we used to have bigger pedestals, bay kind of thing where no one could see anyone. But after following agile, the office space has entirely changed. Like we have a very short header in before us, like we can see everyone face to face. So agile encourages face to face conversation. Like we can that is most effective because we can like we can now feel the difference between a WhatsApp invite and a friend who invites you directly, right? So the response will be obviously different. So for a WhatsApp invite, and when he comes and invites you directly, obviously we'll be going there directly, that our presence is more important. So it's face-to-face conversation is most effective form of communication. And working software is the primary measure which I showed you. So after each successful demo, the product is growing a little bit more. So that is the measuring progress. And then the sponsors, developers, and users will be maintaining a constant pace. So they all travel together. So even the business people, they understand where we stand in the product development. But previously, it is not the case. Like in the final stage only, they will get to know is the product ready or if it is getting delayed or something. But here, everyone maintain a constant pace. And so continuous attention, technical excellence, and good design is also appreciations. Also, we get while following agile. So someone giving an innovative thought, handling things better. So such things also happen. And simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount not done. whichever pending work will be seen as a boon, like this much is yet to do, this much is yet to do, so that we'll even run faster and get closer to our endpoint, like the deadlines. Before deadlines, we'll be finishing it up soon, so that actually gives us a very good breaks here and there. So simplicity and self-organizing team, like as I told, in the trust, like we will be given opportunities to choose the framework or to choose the different options, features ourselves. So when the developer chooses it, and he can also actually, we what we do is we give a proof of concept before giving the actual estimate as well. So we give different options. What are the options can be chosen? So such things also. We give a simple ideas on that, and what are advantages and disadvantages we present to them, and they in turn suggest us few. But the ultimate decision will be taken by the self-organizing team within the team. So there will be discussions like following this concept will be better or not. So such discussions will happen. And the final one is like the team reflects how to become more effective and adjusts its behavior accordingly. Like we use charts like velocity charts and burn down charts for the projects, everything in Agile, so that we'll get to know. And as I told, a review and reflection is happening here. So in Agile, yeah. So these are some detailed explanations on the Agile principle, whichever I was talking so long. And following this, we have applying Agile to time management. Now, how we are going to apply this Agile principles? We understood few concepts of Agile principles. How we are going to apply that to time management? I have not explained every Agile techniques very detailedly. That will take so long, even a day. So I'm not going to touch upon everything. I'll just give you few things which helps us in managing our time. So time management is like allocating a specific amount of time to a specific task. So that should not there should be no possibility to exceed the time limit. So likewise, we should allocate some time, and that should not be more also. Like we should not code them more also. So that might lead us to get away from the project. So like the project may go to someone else. So we should not be lagging also, and we should think of all other possibilities, dependencies, and then provide an estimate accordingly. So that is how, where to provide an estimate. Business analyst role is to mostly gather information from the end user as well as from the developers and testers. So all together he puts into he creates an estimate document, and then uh, works accordingly. So we specific amount of time for a specific task. We should not exceed the time also, and then we should not finish it soon, and we will take some breaks, very big breaks also. So we should allocate specific amount of time. That is how this is. And this, we can achieve this by focusing on importance of flexibility and adaptability, prioritizing tasks and goals, regular reviews and reflections. These are few steps for us to achieve the time management by applying Agile. Let me explain 5 important Agile techniques which is applicable for time management alone. So first thing is iterative planning. Iterative planning. Iterative planning is breaking down the task, as I told in the first slide, like breaking down a major task into few subtasks and smaller manageable units, and setting short-term goals as well. So that is one key principle which we can learn from Agile. And the second one is time boxing. Time boxing is what which I told in the previous slide, like allocating specific time for a specific task. So within the time, I'll be focusing only on that particular task, so that that is also done within the time, and I get sufficient time to relax and post that. So you should be allocating specific time slots for specific tasks. So for that, we have one more technique like Pomodoro technique, which many users we follow in in the corporate office. So I'll give you inputs on that also as well. So prioritization is the third one. So prioritizing task is also more important. Like I told, the 4Ds in the time management, Agile also helps us with some technique. We have Moscow technique, prioritizing techniques here, so that it is of high value for this time management. Also, visual management is there, like keeping track. We have Kanban boards which we use. So this we have to track the task. So we have started the task, we have complete, it is in progress. If in case if it is blocking due to someone's dependency, we need to move that to blocked. So we need to have physical boards, like physical boards, or in so many apps also we have. And we in IT, actually in our company, we use like Azure DevOps board for tracking out things. So visual management, when we get visually seeing those tasks, so this is not into done yet, and my time is reaching. So I need to work towards that task. So we'll get to know that. So visual management is also important. And retrospectives. Retrospectives is what I told us, thinking about the past. So whatever, not thinking about the past is like on learning from our experience. So what went well, so that I can focus on that particular path, or otherwise what didn't go well, why it didn't go well. So those items I need to concentrate on. That is retrospectives. So these 5 principles I give short description on each. So iterative planning is what I told you, like each iteration is happens. So after iteration one, like we design, develop, and test, and then we show that to the customer. If some inputs we get, we include them and go on to on the second iterative. So we improve the product by iteration. So the entire time, the developer, tester, and the designer, everyone gets engaged and they work as a whole team. And initiatives is like this is the whole task. Sorry. This is the whole task, and this is the whole task, which is a milestone, which we call. Within milestones, we break them into epics, and epics we break them into stories, and then into subtasks. So for subtask, we can assign the time slots. So altogether, suppose this subtask is taking 3 days, then the story would take 6 days to complete. Then this a story can have more stories, epics. Sorry, an epic can have more stories. So all together put together. So this all put together is the target for the milestone. So that is how it works. So setting achievable goals within short time frames, like weekly, bi-weekly, this is what we concentrate on in the iterative planning. And next is the time boxing. Time boxing is a fixed maximum time that can be spent on an event or activity. Like we have calendars like this. So we schedule the meeting with CEO, then the team huddles, then there is a lunch time. So this is boxing. Like we box the particular time. Like this time, I'm going to attend a training from 11 to 12 on this particular date, on this particular time. So we all should be maintaining calendars like this, so that if this all, whatever I say, is followed in the software development cycle, but we can use these for our day-to-day activities as well. We all have a Google Calendar in our mobile. We can schedule things accordingly. We can plan accordingly and manage our time. So likewise, all the meetings will be listed out in our calendars like this. So Pomodoro techniques is what I spoke about in the previous slide. So this is one technique. Like we decide on the task that you need to do, then set the timer for 25 minutes. This is for a shorter duration. I am showing this, but even for longer duration, this works like this only. So set the timer for 25 minutes. So work on the task until the time rings. So till 25 minutes, you work on the task with full focus and take a short 5 minutes break, and again repeat. So this has to be repeated. So after 4 cycles, take a 15 to 30 minutes break. So this is how Pomodoro technique works. So this is not only for a project or a product development only, development and testing. So not only for software field, for any sort of work we can plan it accordingly in this Pomodoro technique. And time boxing is like we take this as story points. Like in software field, we take it as story points. So as I talk about Agile, so I use some technical terms as well here. So the story points is like, one story point is if a task can be completed within 6 hours or less, we assign the task as one story point. 2 story point is for 12 hours or less, and it goes accordingly. So mostly we have a two-week sprint. So 2 weeks once we show a demo. So within 2 weeks, if so to a maximum, we have only up to 13 story points we assign for a task. So if some work which is exceeding that, we will be breaking down that task into these ways, like 1, 2, or 3 story points. So this is the ideal stories. Ideal story size is like 1, 2, 3 story points, 2, 3 story points only. So few might take up to 5 and 8. So very rarely we take 13. So apart from that, these story points will be actually these tasks will be break down into simpler tasks which can be completed in these story points, and that is how we can achieve some deliverables soon. So next is prioritization. As I told you, to prioritize tasks, the simple technique was explained already on the 4 Ds of time management. So in the same way, we have Maslow's prioritization. So how in a project, how we can prioritize things like what the project must have is M. So what it should have is S. What it could have is C, and what it will not have is W. Will not in the sense is, apart from this, if I get some time, I'll be concentrating on this. So listing it out is also is equally essential. So what for example, I'll tell it with the example. I'm going to develop a banking website. So in a banking website, the account related transactions like amount transferring, adding an beneficiary, so such things is a must have thing in a banking website, net banking website. So in a net banking website, account transactions is a must have one, which I need to prioritize first. So I'll be working on that first. So it should have like apply a demat account, or gathering our credit card information, credit card payment. So such informations all we need to do within net banking. So it should be having these things. But for the first demo, I'll be showing only this must have things. So second, I will be concentrating on these things. So third one, it could have the redeem reward points all we have in a separate websites, but this can be an additional feature to the net banking website as well. So it could have, so that will actually, it's nice to have those features also inside net banking, right? So after this, after completing should haves, I will be concentrating on could haves. And finally, like some displaying some ads on the schemes that are going on in the banks, and some the interest rate. So give us a fixed deposit, invest on mutual funds. So some advertisements which will not have. So even if I have some time frame after this, and if the customer really concentrate on those things, then I'll bring this up into picture. Otherwise, I keep it on will not have. So it depends on the customer's inputs as well. So if they needs ads to be into could have, then I should be bringing this to here. So this is just a real-time example for prioritizing tasks. So the next one is visual management, which visual management is like, as I told earlier, we have a board, Azure DevOps board, which is more or less, it is obviously it will look like this. So this is the backlogs board where all the tasks, subtasks, everything will be available here. So the main milestone, these tasks will be linked to the epic and then into the milestone as well. So from this, in a planning session, in a planning meeting, the product owner brings the based on priorities, he brings them to do. So and this will be assigned to a developer or a tester or whoever it refers to. So the task, the developer, when he is progressing in it, he moves that to in progress. So after progressing, he moves that to done. So finally, the product owner, he reviews the task and he asks for the demo, And if the customer is satisfied with the demo, the task will be moved to closed. If not, it will go back again to do. And in case in progress, while testing, if there is some bug or something, the tester will be raising it again to do and assign it to the corresponding developer in the team. So he will be picking up the bug and he will do it in progress, done, then it will go to close. Likewise, so after giving a release or a demo to the customer, the particular task will be closed. So on seeing the board, we the actual aim of this particular week or this particular sprint is a 10 working days is called a sprint. So from 10th May to 21 May, we need to move all these tasks to closed. That is the prime responsibility of the team. So also for visual management, to review ourselves, we have velocity charts, burn down charts also in the Azure DevOps. Like depending on our all these tasks, like we have here, right? So the board is here, and we have repos, pipelines. So we have charts also here. Maybe this is not having access. So burn down chart is like after each sprint, after each 10 days of work, the work that has to be done is slowly is getting reduced. So we complete more work here. So it is going down. So this is called the burn down chart. And the velocity chart is like I have planned 40 story points for this particular sprint, but we as a team has achieved only 30 story points within this. So where we are lagging. So that's such things we can see in the velocity chart. So there are so many tools these days to generate these charts and all. So depending on your requirement, you can choose them. And also the final thing is retrospective, where it's a look back at events that took place in the past. So at the end of every 10-day sprint, we have a half an hour to 1 hour call where the team sits together and discuss what went well in the previous sprint, what didn't go well, and improvement suggestions as well. So these 3 questions will be answered, and this we can also practice in our own day-to-day activities to manage time properly. And depending on that, action items will be created. Like we again create tasks to this board. Like if some improvement is required, so we can create that as an action item to the task board actually. So this is how we are monitoring in our software development. But yeah, how whichever works for us in the day-to-day activities, we can take them. So what are the possibilities, availabilities? I'm explaining here. So team is structured as squad. Will be having, this is one team which we call a squad in Agile. Actually, it will have one product owner, one front-end developer, back-end developer, the tester, and Scrum Master. Scrum Master is one who organizes the meetings and all within this squads, and then he will be actually working on these boards, getting inputs from the team on these things, building up charts, and also focusing on these boards. Everything is the role of a Scrum Master who actively participate. And also these more than one squads are grouped together to form tribes. And then chapters, we have chapters is like all the front-end developers, they together are called front-end chapters. So they also have, like the squad will have day-to-day meetings every day, how the project progress, everything we will be seeing. But this front-end developers all day together, they have a meeting once in 10 days, so that they share their ideas within teams. Like if a tester is stuck in this squad, is stuck with some issue, so similar issue was faced by a tester with this squad, so he can give him inputs and test it accordingly. So these chapter wise groups also will be formed. So these all ideas which Agile has given us. So this is where team is structured. So every week or 2 weeks once, these people also meet together and share their ideas within squads, which will be very helpful for any project to progress soon and lead to success. So some tools which I told, like Kanban boards, as I showed you, the Azure DevOps board, Scrum methodology, every daily stand-ups, what I'm going to do today and what I have done yesterday. That is what we have in Scrums. It should not exceed 15 minutes meeting every day that within the team and everyone giving up their updates. And time blocking techniques, as I showed you on the story points, and in the calendar we can box our times. And retrospectives and reviews, which are which gives us the review on the burn down charts as well. So benefits of applying these methodologies, these tools we can use in our day to day. Whatever you are studying, you are preparing for an exam, you can schedule it accordingly using these agile methodologies as well. So, and some benefits is like increased productivity and efficiency through iterative planning and execution. So when we complete small tasks and that automatically completes a very big task, so that will actually give us a good feel, right? So that is what is its efficiency as well, and enhanced adaptability to changing priorities and tasks. We can change, prioritize, and bring to our board whichever task is of high priority, and go bring back the task to backlogs as well if a particular person has more story point scheduled there. So everything is possible in Agile, and improved focus and reduced multitasking. So whatever is on the board, that is alone I'm going to work on. So I'm not going to keep my hands over the things on the backlogs, everything. So whatever I have scheduled and things I have done, I have scheduled. So that is what I'm going to focus on. So it reduces multitasking as well, which is one more major advantage. So let me explain one case study. Like everyone will know about Spotify, which we have in our mobile, which we use. It's for digital music streaming service provider, on-demand access to millions of songs, podcasts, and videos from artists worldwide. So we listen to songs in Spotify. So this has a very quicker growth in the past decade. So the Spotify has actually grown so soon. So this faster growth, they face some difficulties in handling that growth. So the team grows wide. So many people they have to recruit and scale upon things. So they faced few challenges like scaling, collaboration, and innovation. So they could not concentrate on innovation things. Team collaboration, since the team is very bigger, they could not collaborate it. And even scaling on the development is also they face some challenges. So they plan to address these challenges. Spotify adopted agile framework, and they tailored agile to their own needs. So agile is not like you should follow this strictly. It's not like that. You can tailor it according to whatever we need. So they created a Spotify model. So Spotify model is what is like this. As I told, these are individual squads, and so many squads together they form tribe, and then they have chapters as well, like the developers group, the testers group, that as well. So every squad is having a product owner, and a tribe will have one vice president or someone who monitors this entire engineering department, likewise the folks. So also we have one new concept like guild. Guild is like cross tribe communities of interest. Like there will be some hackathon that happens in the company. So that time we group together from different teams, and they form together and they share their thoughts and ideas, and they participate in events like that. So actually the corporate invests more on the employees happiness and the employees entertainment as well. So these kind of activities, technical activities also, these team take part together. So that is how they implemented that, and they actually heard of a success story. So this is like they implemented autonomy and alignment. Autonomy is like freedom to choose. They gave the freedom to the developers, the end developers and testers, to use whatever technology they feel they are comfortable with, and that is giving an additional advantage to the customer as well. So, and alignment, they are properly aligned as squads, as I show here. And then continuous improvements. So Spotify regular reflects. So through retrospectives, these people discuss together and get idea on what they failed, what they didn't do well, what they do well, and follow those techniques. So continuous improvements happen, and the engineering culture. Also, Spotify has implemented, like how is like they gives promoting, if they promotes innovations, experimentations, and learning for the employees within the organization. So they gave some environment for them so that they can bring up their ideas, and they can experiment things. So they gave some free learning. They started giving free learning websites like Udemy. So if the employee is willing to do some course, he can very well make use of it. So likewise, it can. They have promoted that, and the result is like increased innovation, improved collaboration, and scalability is also achieved. So whatever the challenges, they achieved everything. Scaled development process to handle rapid growth. Like Spotify, everyone in the world started using Spotify immediately, so that they have to scale their business to worldwide. That's how, they achieved it easily using Agile. So is compelling a success story demonstrating how a tailored or agile approach can drive innovation, improve collaboration, and scale development and effectively. So Spotify created an environment where teams could thrive and deliver outstanding results by using this agile. So these are few steps for us to get started. So start small and scale up. So first we'll small activities will break down, and then we'll scale up everything together and into a major task, and then use tools and apps to facilitate the process. Following that, stand-up meetings, retrospectives, all will be helpful actually. And anyhow, we'll be using in our final year projects, right? So we'll be working as a team in some colleges. Some colleges, they do individual projects, but working as a team, really, it's actually a strength. So try to learn a few things about agile principles, and then try to implement in your project team, within your project team, and also do document it. And then, you will really see how that is helping you to develop the project so soon. So quality and prioritize the task accordingly. Seek feedbacks and continuous improvements. In college projects, we seek feedbacks from our project head, who's the lecturer or professor, whoever is going to lead us on. So get feedbacks from them and continuously improve the project, and use planning walls. So it should be open walls where anyone from the project can give up their ideas, and then the best can be taken after discussion and proceeded with. So start today. As you live today, I encourage you to start small. Implement a Kanban board for your daily tasks. Like take a paper and we can write it and stick it out in front of a study table where we sit and study. And Kanban board is like splitting up tasks and keeping it like in progress, to do some things like that. And try out time blocking as well. So so many techniques have been studied. I have given some ideas as well. There are so many in the online as well. You can check, and whichever suits you, try it out, and then conduct retrospective at the end of your week. This many of us fail to do. Like think about what makes you lag, what makes you. So think about the past, that will actually help you. So that is actually helping so many people in the software industry. So and the companies to build there. So never ever leave out your failures. Learn from the failures. That is more important. That can be implemented through this retrospective. So what went well, what didn't go well, and any improvement suggestions, action items. So there are 3 questions we need to answer at every weekend, so that we can improvise ourselves. Observe the impact of these practices on your productivity, and gradually incorporate more agile techniques into your routine. So this is what I conclude with. So the journey into mastering time management is ongoing. Stay consistent, be patient, and always seek ways to improve. The principles of Agile offers a powerful toolkit to help you navigate this journey with greater ease and effectiveness. So I conclude my speech with this. And thought of giving us a question answer session for 2 minutes. If you have any questions on this or anything, you can feel free to ask to me. And in case, if you are in YouTube live streaming, watching me, do stay connected with me at LinkedIn. So Senthilmurugan Krishnan, you can find me there. And then, feel free to message me, and I'll answer your questions. Not immediately, but I'll prioritize things, and then I'll answer you accordingly. So that's it from me. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much for the enlightened session, sir. I hope the audience may post their questions through LinkedIn or through the chats. Uh, well, the insights you have given on the Eisenhower's matrix, 4 Ds of time management, 4 pillars of Agile, and 12 principles of Agile as part of your project management in industries. I hope this would be very helpful for all of us in our day-to-day activities too. Thank you, sir. I also extend my thanks to all the participants and hope they would have had a great session too. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, so yeah, can we stop and leave?